so many areas for England to look back on in this Ashes series where they were clearly outplayed with the bat, with the ball, and really there were so many bad days in the field as well. Australia had ticked all the boxes and they were so far ahead of England in this respect. But let's just take a look at some areas where England were really lacking. The problem spot for England in the batting order, apart from the fact that they weren't really getting starts from Alistair Cook. Alistair Cook's runs were well short. He got the big double hundred, of course, in Melbourne, but that's when the series had already been won. But Alistair Cook did not provide the runs, the weight of runs that a great player with his numbers should have provided for England. So his experience was sadly lacking in this Test series. But the spot was number 3, James Vince. He started the series with an 83 in Brisbane, but since then, 9 of his innings yielded just 159 runs. And on 6 of those occasions, he was caught behind the wicket, either by the keeper or in the slips. He always had a spar outside that off stump. It was a vulnerability which was highlighted by a number of former Test cricketers, English and Australian, and they all say that although he's got the shots and he's got a beautiful cover drive, James Vince does have this vulnerability outside off stump. But Michael Vaughan, former England captain, said, well, who's the alternative? Could they have played Gary Ballance? They reckon Gary Ballance had a vulnerability to the short ball. He didn't even get a game. Vince played right through the series. Looking ahead, might it be Ben Foakes? But he's untried, he's young. Or could it be Tom Westley, who was tried in England towards the end of last season, but was discarded? So there is a problem there at 3 for England. Now, when you look at the batting averages of the series, just compare, and what I've done, I've put batsman against batsman in their respective positions. Let's go from the top. David Warner averaged 63, Alistair Cook 47. Bancroft 25, he was the one Australian who had a poor series, 25. Mark Stoneman also 25, but he did show signs, Stoneman, of a lot of resolve. Khawaja averaged 47, Vince 26, not good enough. Smith 137.4, Root 47. Look at the gap between those two. Shaun Marsh 74, Shaun Marsh with 2 centuries, and Malan 42. Malan with that century in Perth, 140. Mitchell Marsh averaging 106 with 2 centuries, and Bairstow with 34. The numbers are all very heavy for Australia, too light for England. Let's look at the bowlers. Mitchell Starc against Jimmy Anderson. Starc 22 wickets, Anderson the leading England bowler with 17. Michael Vaughan said he was the lone light for England in the bowling department. No one else came close. Hazelwood 21 wickets, Broad 11. Just not enough. It's just not enough wickets from Broad. And Lyon 21 wickets with his off spin. Moeen Ali 5 wickets. 5 wickets in a 5-test series. Simply not good enough. So when you look at those numbers, you'll see how England was short in bowling, they were short in batting, and if you're not ticking 2 of those boxes, the one box remaining is your fielding, and at times England was certainly short in the field as well. Anderson was that leading light, but with 17 wickets in 5 tests, he lacked the support of the bowlers, lacked from Broad, lacked from Woakes. Moeen Ali had a woeful series. He'll regret even going to Australia, but there's a lot of work to be done there. Where do England find their spinner? All in all, you look at these numbers and you look at the contributions by players in their respective slots, and you would say collectively that Australia were hungry and they hunted in a pack. They wanted English blood, they wanted their flesh, whereas England all too often folded like a pack of cards. And that, I'm afraid, was the sorry story for England in this Ashes series.